Do you
Okay.
have any pencil lead?
Oh, you know what? I have this one that's left behind by someone. No, no eraser, but that one's got lead. Maybe one lead.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Okay.
Oh, it's short. It's long.
Oh, you know what? Here we go. Okay, who needs a pencil?
Oh, no, it's okay. Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, let's get started. Write the slope intercept form of this equation. Okay, notice, let's draw a line down the equal sign. So I have my X's and Y's together on one side, my constant term, right? No variable on the other side. This is in standard form. So I want to go from standard form to slope intercept form. Okay. So slope intercept form looks like what? Does anyone remember what slope intercept form looks like?
One.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
Yeah, same.
Awesome. So slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So notice my x's are over here with the constant term. So what do I need to do first to this equation to change it from standard form into slope intercept form? Let's keep the y's by itself. I know it's bugging you because it's negative, but let's keep the y's over there. What else could we move? Zoomers, what do you think?
Maybe the 65.
Okay, so slope intercept, what should I have on the left side of the equation for slope intercept? Only the y's, only the y isolated. Yeah, so I'm going to isolate, there we go, thank you. I'm going to isolate the y, I'm going to subtract 10x. Okay, now do not lose this negative. We're going to have to deal with that negative. Okay, now take a close look here. Now, the next step would be combine like terms. So you need to make a decision. Are those terms alike or are they not alike? So let's have a vote. Alike or not alike? They are not alike, right? Because one is a variable term and one is a constant term. So I'm just going to put it in this order. Negative 10x minus 65. Okay, now in slope intercept form, I want my y to be positive. So I'm going to divide everything all the way across by -1. So slope intercept form. Now, this one's done. But while we're here, why is this called slope intercept form?
Because it reveals the position of what you need in a graph, like the slope position, it goes in a graph form.
Okay, so we're going to use information from here to be able to graph it, right? Thank you. So we should be able to get M stands for what? Not what it is, but M stands for what word? Rise over run, thank you. Or we're just gonna say slope. Okay, and it's also how it moves. So the slope is the coefficient of the x. So I'm gonna say 10 over 1. And yes, it is rise over run. Okay, and B is the y-intercept. It's the heart, excuse me, heart of the graph. Okay, it's on the spine. It's where it begins. And we see here that this graph would begin at 65. Okay, so I don't have graph paper that goes up to 65, but that's when it is. So this is what it's going, what it's doing. But this is the bottom was kind of, that's going to come very soon. Okay, so number 2, you need to do on your own or stick around at the end and request it. Okay, so we went from standard form to slope intercept form. Now we're going to go from slope intercept form to standard form. Okay, so step 1 is eliminate fractions. Okay, so I'm going to multiply a number all the way across, and it's going to eliminate the fraction. What number am I going to multiply by? Can I see a number on your hand? Good, thank you. Got it. Okay, not 2. Zoomers, what am I going to multiply by? I'm going to multiply by that denominator right there. Okay, that's the number I want to get rid of. So I'm going to multiply everything by 5. Okay, so 5y. And I know this is negative 10. So far, so good. Now, what am I going to do here? Awesome. Okay, Zoomers, what happens when I have a 5 on top and a 5 on the bottom? Yeah, how about you guys? What's going to happen with the 5 on top and the 5 on the bottom? Okay, you could do that. 40 over 5, which reduces to 8, right? Okay, I would like you to not do that way because I see mistakes. What I would like you to do is just do this. 5 on top cancels with a 5 on the bottom, and that gives you the 8. Believe it or not, if you take 8 and multiply by 5 and then divide by 5, sometimes you don't get 8. Sometimes you get this wrong number. So it's a little bit easier, a little bit, yes, cancel each other, a little bit less likely to have an arithmetic error if you cancel. Okay, so but your method was valid. Okay, so I want standard form. Standard form, I have to have my x's, my y's, my equal sign, and my constant term. So I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. That way it'll move it to the other side. Cancel. Right, so I moved it. Okay, now in Khan Academy, when you're doing practice problems, you leave it like this. But for those of you heading to the next math class next year, math analysis, pre-calc, whatever, we don't really leave the X term as a negative. Okay, so it's kind of not, well, anyway, we're going to divide everything by -1. Even though I would have given you credit for -8x plus 5y equals -10. So 8x, what's going to happen to the 5y when I divide by -1? -5y. And what's going to happen to the 10? It's going to become, yeah, Zoomers, negative or positive? Yeah, positive 10. Okay, standard form. X's and Y's are together on the left. Then is your equal sign. Thank you, Zoomers. And then your constant term. And I know you'd rather me just call the 10 a number, but we're going to practice this vocabulary. It kind of helps. Constant terms. So we have variable terms and constant terms. Okay, now we're going to graph this line. I know you guys are like, probably just feel like you should clear your throat because my voice is so horrible. So I apologize. We're going to graph this. Now we are pulling back from your Algebra 1. Some of you had really strong Algebra 1 classes and can totally graph this line. Some of you have some gaps that we need to work on. Okay, so if this is really confusing, you may need to stick around and we may need to go over it again. So this is slope intercept. Okay, I can pull the slope and the y-intercept from this equation. Now I could also make a table. So we'll just kind of look at that later. But can you tell me what the slope is of this line? Okay, so we're going to say -2/1. Okay, we're going to make it because we know it's rise over run. Now I'm going to add +0, right? Adding 0 doesn't change the value. So now what is the y-intercept of this line? 0. Okay, now do you begin with M or begin with B? What do you think? Do you think I'm going to begin with M? I'm very subtle, huh? Or begin with B? We're going to begin with B. Isn't that handy? Yes, and you're thinking, I'm really glad I'm not like up in the front row because you probably just spit. Okay, 0 is the heart of our graph. So find the spine of the graph and graph the heart. I'm going to change to red. So on the spine, can you see that this is a y-intercept of 0? That is the heart of the graph. Okay, so slope from the heart, I could either say -2/1 or +2 over -1, right? If there's one negative, it could be on the top or the bottom. So I'm going to do both. Okay, I'm going to start with this one. Rise over run. From the heart, go up 2/1, up 2/1, up 2/1. And I have a really hard time drawing straight lines with this. But that's not all. Now what am I going to do from the heart? Opposite, right? Now we're going to do this one. So from the heart, if we're doing this one, what am I doing? I did this wrong. Wait, that was supposed to be negative. You guys, I'm so sorry. Hopefully you're doing this in pencil. Okay. Up to back one. I am so sorry. Let's go back to this. Man, I should be peeking at my notes. Up to back one, up to back one, up to, yeah, I see how this is positive. And this is negative. And the fact that I was going to do it twice, I was about to catch that mistake because I looked at the other one and I'm like, nope, not going to work. Okay, now let's do this one. So from the heart, where am I going to go? Down to forward one. Yeah, down to forward one. Now look, if I do both slopes, it makes the complete line. One slope does the left-hand side and one slope does the right-hand side. Okay, slope and y-intercept. Okay, number 5, I need you to do on your own or stick around and we're going to do it at the end. Okay, I will keep working problems until everyone has stopped asking. But let's do number 6. This is not in slope-intercept form. This is in standard form. So I need to convert it from slope-intercept form, from standard form to slope-intercept form. Okay, so what am I going to do first? Okay, so stop. Okay, so step number 1, subtract the x's. So draw a line down your equal sign, minus 9x, minus 9x. Now, remember, not like terms, right? They are not. The 20 is a constant. The 9x is a variable term. So now I'm going to put them in this order. Okay, Zoomers. Everybody, what is my next step of this phase? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Add, subtract, multiply, or divide. I am isolating the y. I need to get rid of the 4. Okay, I love this. You guys are actually talking to each other. My review session people, it usually takes weeks before you start talking to each other. Okay, so I need to get rid of the 4, so I'm going to divide. Okay, y is equal to negative 9/4 x minus 5. Okay, from slope-intercept form, what is m and what is b? M is negative 9/4. You find it wherever you find the x. B is negative 5. Yeah, careful, don't lose that negative. Okay. Now, do I begin with M or begin with B? Yeah, begin with B. So it's the heart on the spine. Find the spine, otherwise known as the y-intercept, and mark negative, the y-axis is the spine, not the hands, right? These are the hands. The y-intercept is on the spine. No exclamation mark. -5 on the spine. Okay, so M is either -4, so bad. Focus, -9/4 or 9/-4. Down there, only one of these is gonna fit on my graph. Why, thank you. Which one of these is gonna be able to go on the graph? Can I go down 9/4? Well, I could. Yeah, over here somewhere. So let's just make a sketch of where this would go. Yeah, can you see that it's down 9/4? Okay, let's do the other one. Up 9, back 4. Yeah, do that one. Up 9, back 4. Up 9, backwards 4 is going to the left. Up 9, back 4. It's a good thing I had 2 options for the slope. Wait, what's going on? No. What'd I do? Go away. Oh my gosh. I want this. Oh, I hit that. Go away. Go. There we go. So, okay, sorry. Talking to myself here. Okay. There we go. So we have to convert it from standard form into slope intercept form. And then grab the slope and the y-intercept and graph. Okay. Write the slope intercept form of the equation through the given point. Okay, so let's make a little table. The slope is 6/1. Okay, that means, now I'm going to put, you're not going to like this, but change in Y, right? That's the run. Change in Y. That's a chemistry symbol. We get that from science. Delta, the little triangle, change in Y over change in X. Okay, which means I'm going to add 6 in my table. Am I going to add 6 to the X's or the Y's? The Y's. So -4 plus 6 is 2. And now I'm going to add 1 to the X's and I get 0. Let's do another one. What would the next point be? Diego, there you are. Okay, 8, add 6 to the Y's and add 1 to the X's. So one way to look at this is, let's put them into a little table. So just, let's go ahead and put, this is the 0.18, right? So the fraction might get confusing, but I know that's what you meant. Okay. So this would be the table method. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's do the slope, the slope intercept method. Okay. So I'm going to plug in an X and a Y. Notice which of these, I have 4 variables here. Which one do I not know? Do I know M? Yeah, correct. So I know M. I have an X value. I have a Y value. I do not have B. Yeah. So what do you think we are going to do with our M, our X, and our Y value? That is a very common strategy in math. I have 3 of the variables and 1 is missing. So what am I going to do next? Anyone have a guess? Okay. First word, 4 letters. Starts with P. Okay. 3 words. What am I going to do with the 6, the -1, and the -4 in order to find the value for B? I know, okay, you guys, I know this is painful that I'm not telling you the answer, but if you engage your brain before I tell you the answer, it's so much better. Okay, place is good. I was going for plug.
Oh.
Okay, but place is very legit. I'm going to plug it in. Okay, plug it in. You could say place, but I was going for plug. Okay, we're going to plug it in. So we're going to plug in Y is equal to M times X plus B. Notice I have 3 of them. I'm missing 1. Plug in everything and solve for the one you're missing. Agree so far? I took the 6 and I multiplied it by the -1. Okay, I'm isolating my variable. Wait, did I do something wrong? Oh, yes. No, you're ahead of me, huh? Yes, you're ahead of me. Okay, last step. Good job. Add 6. And B is equal to how much, Zoomers? What is B equal to? There you go. B is equal to 2. Yeah, sorry, I switched them. I always lead with my favorite. We'll catch you up. Okay, so, oh my goodness. What is the slope-intercept form of the equation? Y equals, what's M? 6x plus 2. So the final answer is the equation. Yeah. Now, let's look at this 2 and this 2. What is special about the y-intercept that is going to come in handy? No, you don't have to do. Now, there are some problems, like if I ask you to make a video and I may say, you have to do 3 different methods. But that's just for video people. Okay. Most of the time you're going to pick the method you're most comfortable with. But I want you to look at this. What do you notice about the 2 that's kind of special that we really like? What is the X value?
0.
0. That's how you can find the y-intercept from the table. You find the y value where X is how much?
0.
0. Yeah. Okay, number 8. You're either going to do it on your own or you're going to request it at the end. It has a fraction. We'll probably go back for anyone who could stay long enough. Okay, because it does have a fraction and we don't tend to like fractions. Number 9. Write the slope-intercept form of the equation.
2 points.
Let's put it in a table. -2, 1, and -1, 1. Typo. Okay, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. How much is the y value going up?
2.
Agree? 2? From -1 to 1, it goes up 2, right? 0, 1. Okay, from -2 to -1. Now, remember, negatives are bad things. You had 2 bad things, and now you only have 1 bad thing. Did it go up or down?
Up.
So up 1. Okay, let's use the formula. The slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is 1 minus -1 and -1 minus -2. Okay, grab a calculator. Box. It says Lysol, but it's really calculators. Here you go. Thank you. Okay, so keep change is 2. Keep change. Did you guys get 2 over 1?
Now I did, yeah.
We did. Okay, so m equals 2.
Yep.
All right, what's next? I have m. What do I still need? B, right? I don't have B. Okay, m is 2. I need an x value and a y value, and I need them to go together. So pick one. Which one do you want to pick? Let's go to the second one. At least, anyway, you could pick either one. Yeah, at least it has only 1 negative and not 2 negatives. Okay, y equals mx plus b. I have m, I have x, I have y, I don't have b. So what is the next step? It starts with a p.
Plug in.
Plug it in. Yeah, plug it in. Plug it in. Okay, so let's plug it in. Y is 1. M is 2. X is -1. B is my unknown. 1 is equal to -2 plus b. Okay, with your hand, show me what you got for b. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna add 2. B equals 3. So y is equal to, what's m?
2.
2x plus 3. There's our equation in slope intercept form. Let's go back to our table. If I add 1 to the x, what will I get?
0.
0. If I add 2 to the y, what will I get?
3.
Oh, look, 0, 3 agrees with what I got here. Now, you can pick the method, but see how doing both methods gives you a deeper understanding of what we're doing. And occasionally you will need to make, well, if you make a video, it will be about different methods. Okay. Number 10. You know what? We're going to cross that one off. Thank you for coming. You do not do number 10 if you are with me or in Zoom or watching the current video. Explicit formula. What is the generic formula to find the explicit, what do I say? Formula. What is the generic one? A sub n is equal to, what goes first?
40.
Yes, but what I was going for was a sub 1. Yes. Plus what goes in the parentheses?
A. Is that the?
Because I put an n here, we're gonna put an n here. Yeah, if you put a k here, you put a k there. So just make sure they agree. And then what goes here? Times d. All right, thank you. Okay. So a sub n, what is a sub 1? What is the first term? 40. Yeah, right there. Plus n minus 1. Notice, don't plug anything in there. Don't plug in for n. But now I need d. All right, d is 10 because I notice we're going up 10. Okay, a sub n is 40. Now, what am I going to do with that 10? Starts with a D. Multiply, otherwise known as distribute. 10 n minus 10. Combine like terms. What two things get combined? 40 and minus 10. So
30.
a sub n is 30 plus 10 n.
We have to memorize these formulas that for an explicit formula. We have to memorize that. Let's say for a test.
Now, when you come in to take the test, you can have 1 page of notes, 8.5 by 11 inches, front and back. I have to say inches because one person came in with a poster once. But anyway. So we had to take a picture and we had to print it out as an 8.5 by 11. So make sure, because this formula is not bad, but better make sure it's on your paper. Okay, so yeah,
Okay, cool.
you don't have to memorize this formula. Now, let's take a look at this. Why? Take a look at the answers. What? Okay, which answer is it?
E.
It's E, right? What do you think is the most common mistake? What do you think people pick? Why do they pick A? So many people pick A. More people pick A than E. Why do people pick A incorrectly? Because they go, first term, first term. No, you're going to have to subtract. Okay, use this formula and it's all going to work out. Practice. Yeah, they want to grab that first number. Okay, decoy. So, number 12, either on your own or stick around and we're going to do it at the end. Okay, yes, because it's the first number. Thank you. Okay, this is explicit. Explicit, notice, only has one part. This is recursive. Recursive has two parts. I want to know what the first term is, and then I want to know what the next term is. So that's how you set it up. Ooh, yes, you are correct. So the first term is -27. Now, what's happening here? Do I have a common difference? Okay, now, is it going up or down? -45, -54. Yeah, in negatives, right? So the common difference is -9. So I put that right here. Yeah, recursive, the notation takes a little bit of getting used to, but mathematically, it's not too bad. Just tell me what the first term and tell me how to get to the next term. Okay, find the rule for the table. Sorry, this program I use has a really hard time making tables. Now I'm going to tell you, this is linear. Find a rule for the table. We can either do this just like the previous ones, or I have so much information, maybe I could just get. So this is a line. So we're going to go y equals mx plus b. Okay, don't say yet. Think. Everyone think. What is M and what is B?
One.
Can I find M by doing this?
Yeah.
And it's the same, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no jumping. It's all in order. So everyone, with your fingers, how much is M? Or Zoomers, type it in. How much is M? Yeah, 1. M is 1. Now, B, we do not have to plug X, Y, and M in to solve for B because B is right there in front of our eyes. Point to B. Yeah, do you see it?
Yep.
How do I find B? What is the X value to find B?
0.
Right there. B is the Y value when X equals 0. So B is 3. Okay, so Y equals MX plus B. Okay, 15. You're going to do that on your own, or you're going to stick around and you're going to ask, or actually we're moving kind of quickly.
How many are there?
A few more.
So could we do them?
Hmm? You want to do it right now? Okay, we'll do it right now. Because we're making pretty good time. Okay, find the rule for the table. By the way, these are X's and these are Y's. Y, let's see, is it linear? Does it have a common slope?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't say yet. Okay, Zoomers, type in. People in person, vote with your hands. What is M? Yeah, oh, fast, fast. Yeah, can I do it like this? Plus 5? 5 over 1. Correct. M is 5. You're ahead of me. Okay, Zoomers, type in personers. Tell me, what is B?
-1.
Okay, like with your fingers.
How do I do 1?
Right here? Yeah. You go to X equals 0. There is B. B is -1. So the equation is, good job, everyone, 5X minus 1. Am I going really fast? We're making really good time. Okay. You're done. That's right. Now, we are going to do some word problems. Okay. And they're going to involve percentages. So, increase of 7%. You start with 100%. You add 7%, right? Because you have a 7, you have 100. If it increases in by 7%, you now have 107%.
Well, that's way easier than
But we're not done. We're not done. Okay, correct. I am not, you can't leave it as a percent to put it into an equation. You have to change it to you have to change it from a percent, ding, 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 correct, from a percent to a decimal. So we're going to take 107, divide it by 100, 1.07. Now, do you have to show all these steps? No. Okay, we just did it. Now, there's another way to do it. Increase of 7% is 1 plus 7 over 100, okay, like you suggested, which is 1.07. So you're going to do the multipliers in your head. So the multiplier is the decimal, not the percent. Okay, how about B? An increase of 0.58. Tricky. You can either add 100 and then divide, or you can divide and then add. So 2 ways to do it. It's either 100% plus 0.58%. Okay, so it's either that. Which is 100.58%. That's not the multiplier. How do I go from percent to decimal? Correct. Which is 100.58 divide by 100, 1.0058. Do we do this one very often? No. But there's a common mistake because you just want to go 1.58 and it's not. So this is B. How about C? Decrease of 8%. %100 minus 8% is how much? Ooh, 92%. We are subtracting, but the multiplier will not be negative. Yeah, it's subtraction from 100, but it is a positive multiplier. Can a multiplier be in the form of a percent? No. So I have to change it to a decimal. So the multiplier is 0.92. Okay, so it's decreasing. It's less than 100 or it's less than 1, but it's not negative. Okay, number 17. The entry-level salary for a teacher is $33,000 with a 3% increase. So what is the multiplier?
5. Wait. Is it
Careful.
not the exponent?
Ooh, the exponent's going to be 5. Okay, but let's focus on the multiplier first. Careful. Okay. Not done. That is not the multiplier. What do I need to do? Look at the problem above. If it's increasing, it's 1 plus 0.03. So the multiplier is 1.03. If it was decreasing, it would be 1 minus point, right? It'd be 97.97. Okay. So, write a sequence starting with the first year. Do not put commas. 33000. Don't put a comma in the number. We're putting commas between the numbers. Okay. So to get the next one, I'm going to multiply by the multiplier. Thank you for coming. This is a long day for you guys, huh? 2 hours of chemistry and then math. But at least keep the chart of factors, it'll come in handy. Okay. Okay, calculator 33000 times 1.03. Thank you.
3, 900.
Correct. Times again, times. Do not clear your calculator. 1.03. Correct. 35009.7. Multiply again. Times 1.03. 36059.99. Do not clear your calculator. Times 1.03 again. 37141.79. Right? Now, if you multiplied by 0.03, you would have to add the previous one. Do it my way. There are other ways to do it. You could multiply and add, but the other way, it's easier to make a mistake. Okay. My way is a little bit simpler. Get the multiplier and multiply. Okay, moving on. Here is the formula. Make sure you know it. Okay, really quick, one more linear table and then we're done. Think shortcuts. Think multiple methods. If one pack of gum has 8 sticks, how much does 2 packs of gum have?
16.
Okay, so we could either go 8 plus 8 or 8 times 2. Yeah? Okay. If you grabbed the packet at the very beginning, sorry, this problem wasn't in there. Okay. 4 packs of gum. What are the different ways I could do this?
It's 8 times the number of packs.
So 8 times 4.
32.
Could I just double that one? If I know how much 2 packs are, 4 is just double. So I could take 16 times 2. Okay. How about 10 packs? And let's look for a pattern and let's do it an interesting way.
What number is this? Is this 18?
Yes. Okay, so you could go 8 times 10. Does anyone see, or you could go 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, right? No one wants to do it that way. Does anyone see a shortcut or an interesting pattern? Is it related at all to that one? if one pack is 8, ooh, yeah, we can't double it this time. If we already had the 5, we could double. What do you notice about going from, if I know 1 and I want 10, what do you guys notice?
It multiplies 8 times the number of packs.
Or, so we could multiply 8 times the number of packs, but to go from 1 to 10, does anyone notice a pattern? A trick? No. What do you notice about 1 and 10, 8 and 80?
Wait a minute. That. It's times 2 and then times.
Okay, so I have kind of, the numbers are random. There's not a pattern for the top. Okay. Can we just add a 0? Because I'm basically multiplying by 10. And when you multiply by 10, you could add a 0. Now, that trick only works because 0 packs is 0 sticks. Okay. Without a calculator, if I know 10 packs, how could I go to 5 packs?
Times 5.
8 times 5,
80 divided by 2.
or you could divide by 2. Okay, so we're kind of looking at, this is, I call this multiple methods. Okay, and it increases synapses in your brain. How about 20? How'd you get 160?
Well, 60%.
Okay, 16 times 10. Or could you just double what you got for 10? How about 100?
160 times 5 or
What would be the easiest way to get 100?
80 times 10.
Add a 0. Multiply 80 times 10. Okay, if this was in class, we would go more slowly. And it's interesting when you have a whole bunch of people, because they're like, how about this? How about this? We have a very small group of people. How about 15? So we could go 15 times 8. Does anyone see an interesting way? Okay, hold that thought. Hold the thought. Let's look for some interesting ways to get 15. I'll give you a hint. It's 120. Does anyone see an interesting way to get 15? Diego?
You can add 40 and 80, right?
So you could add the 10 packs and the 5 packs. So the more creative ways you can see things, the best, the better. Without a calculator, how could we get 125? It's a messy table, yes. So that's what, you know what? That's what I'm going to call this. We're going to call this type of problem a messy table. I like that. I'm going to write that down. Okay, don't say, but what would be an interesting way to get 125 besides multiplying 125 times 8? Okay, hold that thought. Diego, what do you want to do?
Well, one way is adding 800 plus 120 plus 10, which is 80, right?
Oh,
Yeah, correct.
100
1,000.
And then.
Okay, this is what I did. 125 right there. I think you did something even more creative.
Yeah, I did 115 and 10 to get.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna finish this up, and I don't know what that is. 960. Oh, this is 200. 1,000? Okay, there will be some. Yes, well put. Thank you. There will be some problems that are gonna involve a little creativity, and it's gonna help your problem solving. Okay, we are done. Time for requests. Who sees a problem that I skipped? Number 2. Okay, thank you for coming. If you need to go, now we're gonna do requests. Number 2. Y slope intercept form. So this is in standard form. And I want it in slope intercept form.
Standard to slope.
Let's make this disappear. Okay, and I can't make it bigger. So, step 1. Okay, first draw a line down the equal sign. Okay, step 1, something needs to move. Going from standard form, notice, does the Y move? No, Y is by itself, right? Who needs to move? The X's need to move, yeah? Okay, minus 3X. Cancel. Oh, wait, sorry. Okay, let's look at these right here. Are those like terms? -10 and -3x. Those are not like terms. You cannot add a -10, a constant number, and a constant term and an x term. Those are not like terms, so we list them separately. Okay, you cannot combine them if they are not like terms. Okay, so I am isolating Y. Notice Y has no coefficient. We're all distracted by a big truck. Okay. We all just went.
Citrus.
Citrus is here. Okay, sorry, focus. Okay, notice in slope intercept form, the Y has no coefficient. What do I need to do next? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide.
It's either divide or multiply.
Okay, see that right here? Notice what is between the -5 and the Y. Nothing, nada. We call that a blank space, baby. I'll write your name. Yeah, Taylor Swift imitation. Okay, what is between the -5, excuse me, and the Y? A blank space, nothing. Okay, so what do I need to do to get rid of the -5 when I have a blank space? Divide by -5. Why? Because of the blank space, baby. -3 over -5, those negatives cancel. I'm not plugged in. Oh, no. Okay, starting to dim. Don't know how much longer I have. Okay, 3/5 x plus 2. Done. The day is saved. Okay, what else did I skip? Oh, by the way, fraction, not decimal. You guys can do number 5, right? You can graph that. Okay, should we do number 12?
Yes.
Explicit formula. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 d. The n does not get plugged in. Okay, hold that thought. I'll go back to number 2 so you can see it in just a minute. I need a sub 1 and I need d. How much is a sub 1? -9. And how much is d? Careful.
-100.
Yeah, -100, right? It's going down by 100. Okay, plug it in. A sub n does not get plugged in. -9. N does not get plugged in. That is not, by the way, d is multiplied. Even though it's negative, that's not subtracting. Next step.
Plug it in. No.
So step 1 was the formula. Step 2 was plug it in. Step 3, multiply.
Oh.
We're going to distribute. Okay, double check my work. Did I make any sign errors? There's a lot of negatives going on.
Looks right to me.
Okay, combine like terms. Okay, that's a little confusing with the 9s and the 8s. That's 91. Yeah, 91. Are we good? Anything else?
I was late, so I missed kind of.
Okay, we can talk. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna show number 2. Oh, we didn't do number 8. Are you guys exhausted?
Nope.
I don't even understand how we got 2 from number 9.
Okay, number 9, question. Okay, the question on the slope. So notice, I put them in the table. And I could see from -1 to 1, it goes up 2. And then I plugged it into the formula. So let's do the formula again. One minus -1, agree? And -1 minus -2. Yeah,
Wait, does that mean there's like 3 negative symbols? Well, 2 negative symbols and a minus symbol?
yeah.
Uh, so how do you calculate that? Cause my calculator keeps on saying syntax error.
Ah, good question. Ah, I know what's going on. Okay, so the question is, what buttons do you push? Okay, so with the calculator, you are pushing the top 1 minus, you have to hit this negative right here, -1. Did you get 2?
1.
So you got to use this one. You got to use this for subtract and this for minus. So that was 2. Okay, now let's do the bottom. -1 using this, right? -1 minus -2. And you should get 1. Or you can go keep, change, change, keep, change, change.
That's,
Or you can use calculator.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for coming. Any other questions?
Number 8.
You want to do number 8? Okay. Okay, number 8. Okay, slope intercept form. I'm going to write it here. So I know the slope. I'm going to put the negative on top, not in front. Do I know a y value? 2? Do I know an x value? Do I know b? No. So if I know 3 of the variables and I'm missing the 4th, plug it in. Okay, so here's a question, -3/5. You either need to put the negative on top or the negative on the bottom. So when it's in the middle, it needs to go to either the top or the bottom, but not both. Okay, so 2 is equal to -3/5.
Does it matter where you put the negative?
In this problem, no. In slope, it matters because it matters if you put it on top, it'll go this way. If you put it on the bottom, it'll go this way. And you'll still get the correct line. Mx. Okay, you with me?
Yep.
We're here. Okay, focus on this. What do I do if I have a 5 on the top multiplied by a fraction with a 5 on the bottom?
Cancel out.
Cancel. Solve for B. B is B is 5. And M is -3/5. Y equals -3/5 X plus 5. Do my 5s. Are we done? You guys are amazing. 2 hours. No, we start at 10:30, an hour and a half. Okay, I know this is hard and it's a lot, especially when you just came from chemistry. Oh, last question. You have a question? Okay, I'll be honest. The table for that one is really messy because the slope is a fraction and negative. Yes, you will get the same answer, but when the slope is a negative fraction, I wouldn't go to the table. I could show you, but I recommend doing it this way. The table's really good if the slope is not quite so complicated. Okay, you are welcome. You guys are amazing. Great start.
Thank you.
So if you have, did everyone sign my paper? Right there,
Sign the paper, right?
Diego? If you don't have chemistry, you can join me at home. Okay, but if you feel like it helps to come in, you're always welcome to come in. Now, remember, Fridays, Canvas quiz day. If you join me in, oh, but not this Friday, I'm out of town. Okay, sorry, this Friday I'm out of town, but every other Friday, if you join me, I will give you hints while you're doing your Canvas quiz.
Like MX plus B or B kind.
I will give you hints. Yeah. Okay, any other questions, anyone? Thank you for joining me. I'll stop the recording. That was